I am here with a new video. Happy New Year's. Long time no see. It feels so good to be back on YouTube. I needed to take some time off. I struggled with like a very rough bout of postpartum depression and it has taken, Lincoln will be 2 in January 3rd. It's taken 2 years for me to come out of the trenches on this one. With Liv, I know that I had some postpartum depression, just kind of kept trying to chug through. This go around was like way worse. So I've kind of been out of commission for the last 2 years off social media. I pop back in here and there, but for the most part, I've pretty much taken a 2-year hiatus because I just like was not in a good place mentally. This year, I've worked really, really hard on my mental health, my hormones, all of the things, and I'm feeling so much better. With Liv, I didn't know anything about any of that, about hormones and postpartum depression. I just kind of kept chugging through. And this year I put in a ton of work, and with Liv, it took about 2 years for me to clear the fog. It's about the same with this one. And so it feels so good to be back. I've missed you guys. I've missed filming. I've missed sharing my favorite makeup products, clothes, you know, my life with you. And I feel like even with Liv, I was still on Instagram stories all the time. This go around was just really, really tough for me. So I'm feeling much better. I'm glad to be back. As you can see, my background's even different. I built and designed and built a whole like Ikea closet in this room. So I have a closet section over here, and this whole back wall. I'm absolutely in love with it. I love it so, 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 so much. Every little piece was assembled and built by yours truly, and I'm so proud of it. My husband's like, let me know if you want me to hire a handyman. I was like, no, I'm building this myself. I am an independent woman. I don't need no handyman. And so I built it all myself, and I love it. I love the way it came out. I love everything about it. So as you can see, my clothes are like all organized by color. It makes me so happy coming into this room. So anyways, today we're going to talk about 2023 favorites. I also filmed a empties video. There's probably a lot of favorites in there too, but I filmed that back when my hair was short. I got extensions put back in because I just did not feel myself with the short hair. It did not feel like me. I did not feel feminine. I did not feel cute. I did not feel girly. I did not feel sexy. I was really, really struggling with the short hair, and I finally was like, gotta put the extensions back in. The whole purpose of cutting it short was I had so much postpartum hair loss. Started to grow in. It just was like such a mess that I was like, for the summer, let's take out the extensions, let's chop the hair, enjoy being able to be out by the pool and not worry about my extensions. And I liked it for a very short period of time. And then it was just like, I don't feel myself. I don't feel cute. And got my extensions put in about a month ago. And I can't believe how much it's done for my confidence. I know it sounds like something very vain and very superficial, but honestly, like my confidence level went from like feeling like I was like a 3 to like feeling like I'm like an 8 or a 9. So I feel way cuter, way more feminine, beautiful with my long hair. I kept trying to fill those ways with short hair because I see so many beautiful, girly, feminine women with their hair short, and it just looks so good on them. And for me, it just, I don't know if it's my facial structure. I don't know if it's like I have broader shoulders. I have like larger traps, which like that's all I could look at with short hair was like, I just felt like this looked so manly that I just like, I couldn't do it. So long story short, short story long, my hair is back and I'm unbelievably so, so, so happy. So I feel like I've been rambling enough. Let's jump into my 2023 favorites, and I have a lot of good ones to show you. I get questions all the time what I order. It's the same drink it's been for years. It's just a Trenta cold brew with sugar-free vanilla, a little heavy cream, and vanilla sweet cream cold foam. It's delicious. It's probably around 100 to 150 calories for a Trenta. And it's delicious. It's what I've been drinking for years. Guys, there's a lot here. I'm just basically thinking when I filmed this video of like, what do I constantly reach for over and over and over again? What things do I have to talk myself out of using because I need to try something else? So that's what all these products are. Let's jump in with the sunscreen combo. Now, just a disclaimer, because I know somebody will say, don't dilute your sunscreen. I don't dilute my sunscreen. I do my normal amount of sunscreen on my face, and then I just dot the bronzy drops over that. So I'm not doing like half and half or anything like that. So don't you worry, my face is getting the ample amount of sunscreen. But this little combo is just my favorite. I have gone through a couple of these Summer Fridays, and it is the sunscreen that I continue to reach for. That one, and the other one I really like, which I don't have, it was in my empties, is the Dime Tinted Sunscreen. I will link that down below. It's absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to rebuy it. I'm forcing myself to use my other sunscreens first, but the Dime one has a little bit of a tint to it, so you wouldn't mix it with something like the bronzy drops, but it gives the most gorgeous glow, evens out your skin. It's so, so pretty. But this is also a great combo too. The bronzy drops with the Summer Fridays. It's lightweight. It goes on the skin so nicely. It pairs well with my, my makeup, my primers, my skincare. I just love this combo. The Summer Fridays is just so good. And the combo is award-winning. Going through my primers, I obviously love Urban Decay All Nighter Primer. You guys know that is one of my holy grails. I finished that up, so I'm just kind of going through some other ones that I have, but there's nothing that like really wowed me to where I'm like, oh my gosh, I just have to have that, other than my Urban Decay one, which I constantly rebuy throughout the year. After I've like used up a couple primers, then I'll go back to it. So nothing for primers, but I do have two foundations. The first one I've already used a full one, and this one only has maybe about a quarter left. It's the Maybelline Superstay Skin Tint, and I use the shade 220. That's pretty much my normal shade. In the summer when I was a little bit more tan, plus my self tanner, I would mix a little bit of, I think it's 310, but 220 is like my go-to shade. It's what I have on today. I love it. It's lightweight on the skin. It's amazing coverage. The packaging's a little messy, but other than that, it's fabulous foundation. Lasts all day, works great in the summer, works great in the winter, doesn't look drying, doesn't look oily. It's just so amazing. I love it so much. The House Labs. Now this is the shade 300. I also have a lighter shade too, but I really do prefer the tone of this 300. It's just so nice. This one is, again, looks like skin. It doesn't look heavy, but it is a little bit more of a thicker consistency, but it lasts really, really nicely. It's in like a gorgeous heavy glass bottle. So if you're somebody that travels a lot, this is obviously way lighter, but I mean, if you're not gonna, I mean, I've traveled with this, it's just heavier. But it is a beautiful foundation. Both are amazing. This one is a little bit more than halfway gone already, but they're just so good. They're the ones I'm constantly reaching for and constantly like having to force myself to use something else. This concealer I have not heard anybody talk about, but it's literally just my everyday concealer. I love it so much, and you don't need much. It's got great coverage. It's the Lancome Serum Concealer. I have the shade 305 Neutral, and it says it's a natural skin glow serum concealer. It does. It's so like hydrating and not glowy, but like hydrating and dewy under the eyes. Like if you have issues with dry under eyes, you will love this. The coverage is great, but it looks just refreshed under your eyes. They just look healthy. They don't look dry, cakey, crepey. That's my trouble area, is my eyes. The amount of Botox I have to get like in my under eyes, because it's literally like I look 90 if I don't have it. So it just really, really helps make this just look so nice without looking thick and cakey. I am not a Tarte Shape Tape girly. That stuff is just too thick, too heavy, too cakey. But this one, the Lancome Serum Concealer, is amazing. I've gone through 1,010,000 of these. You will see several in my empties video. So when you see that empties video, it's gonna come up after this or go up after this. I'm gonna have short hair. It's just like a rewind in time, and then we'll bounce back in normal programming. I'll have long hair. But this is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop powder. I've gone through so many. I've talked about this a million times. It really is just such a wonderful powder. I use this all over the face, shade medium. I've used the shade light or fair for under the eyes before. If you need a little extra coverage under your eyes, it's really good. But that powder for all over the face is just amazing. One bronzer, and it's actually a cream bronzer. You guys know last year, maybe even into the beginning of this year, I really liked the e.l.f. Halo Glow in shade 6. Still like that. I'm wearing that today. But then I was like, I hadn't used it in a while because I've just been using this every day for months. And I realized like I just love this one so much. I could get rid of every cream bronzer I've ever owned and just have this one. It's the Refi Cream Bronzer in the shade Tan. And it just is such a good bronzer. It literally blends into your skin so seamlessly. It's beautiful. I also have the shade Sand, and I'll use that for a nose contour, or if I'm not super tan, I'll use that one. But this one I just like because it's just a rich bronzy color. I don't have it on today. I was like, oh, look at it. But it's so pretty. I love it. I will definitely repurchase this when I'm out of it. It's just, again, I could get rid of every cream bronzer and just have this one. Blush, I kind of swapped between a bunch of blushes, but the one that I kept coming back to over and over and over and over again is the Patrick Ta blush in She's Blushing. It's just a really beautiful, a really beautiful neutral blush. It's just a nice neutral pink. Like, it's not too peachy, it's not too pink, it's not too rosy, it's not too warm, it's not too cool. You get a cream and a powder, and it just looks gorgeous. Like, it just, every time I wear it, I'm like, gosh, this is just the greatest blush. It's so pretty. And I feel like this is flattering on everybody. Like, it's such a flattering, beautiful color. And again, super neutral, so it can kind of go with any eye look. It's so good. I have to force myself to use other things. For highlights, I really hope these are still available. The first is the Terracotta Luminizer in Cool Ivory. I have the golden color too, but I just love the Cool Ivory. It's kind of like that, like a warm golden champagne color. Now this is so beautiful because it's like a baked gelée, but it's not thick. You know, sometimes highlighters can be a little thick and chunky. She's not thick and chunky. She is smooth like butter and thin, and you can just see if I can have, there we go, my little light reflect. Isn't it beautiful? It's definitely a lighter, more natural highlight. Like, it's not ultra beaming, but it is like, it does give kind of like a wetness and highlighted look, but not insane like this one. Now, I don't know if this palette is available, but all these colors are in the permanent collection. It's the shade Cookie, and you can see I've already hit pan on it, but Cookie is like a very, come on. All right, you can see I've already hit pan on it, but Cookie is like a very blinding color. This, I love putting this on my inner corner, like an inner corner highlight. This one is a little bit thicker, and you can see there, it's definitely more blinding than the Guerlain. But it's super pretty. It's great if you like to do a little nose contour or like nose highlight. Love it on my cheekbones. I love it in my inner corner. This little palette, if it's available, is great. I'll link that if it's available. If not, I'll just link the Cookie highlighter. But yeah, love that. Clearly hit pan on it. This cream blush, it's the Say cream blush, specifically in this shade Spicy. I used this a ton during the summer when the like sunburnt cheeks was in. It's just the perfect sunburnt look. It's so stunning. It's a thin formula, blends amazing, blends like to your skin so nicely. And it's almost more like a stain type look versus a like thick, creamy cream blush. And it's so pretty. They have lots of colors, so if you don't like that color, that's fine. They have a bunch, but that color specifically, I just love. For eyes, I keep my eyes very basic. Like, this is my everyday eye pretty much. It's like a bunch of neutral mattes in the crease in the outer corner, and then a sparkle topper. It's what I wear every day with a winged liner. It's been like that every day of the year. So a few of the palettes that I like for the crease colors, the matte crease colors, the Patrick Ta third palette, the all matte one. This one I cannot get enough of. It's so good. I frequently have to make myself use other things. Clearly I hit massive pan on that crease transition shade. This is just such a great palette. I will absolutely be repurchasing this once this shade, once I've hit pan on several of the shades and this one's gone, I will be repurchasing it because I love it so much. I definitely use this row way more often, but I do use this color and this color quite frequently for my lower lash line. I just love this palette. It's so good. Then for my sparkle topper, there's a couple that I love. I use this at least several times a week, 2-3 times a week. It's the Moon Dust by Urban Decay in Space Cowboy. It just is the most beautiful sparkly shade. It's kind of like a beigey, like sheer beige with silver sparkle. Let's see if I can, oh, see in that light, see how it looks wet? It's just so pretty, and I apply it with my finger. I'm trying to get, there we go. See that? It's so pretty. It just is the most gorgeous sparkle. I love it so much. What I have on today on my eyes is this Mario Ethereal palette. So if you have this, you don't necessarily need that Urban Decay shade, because this one right here, this is what's on my lid today. Very, very similar. Like, it's pretty much the same shade. But this is a great one. It has some great mattes. The shimmers are absolutely beautiful. And I use those shimmers often. Like, it's such a pretty, pretty palette. So if you can still get your hands on this, I highly recommend it. If you already own it, pull it out, because it's just so good. And then this other palette, especially the first 3/4 of the year, use this palette pretty much on a daily basis for the shimmers, because the shimmers are that like super sparkly sparkle that I like. This is the Nude Prism from Lunar Beauty, and the mattes are really nice, but these shimmers are beautiful. You can see multiple of the shimmers I hit pan on. Now, if you think of these, they're very similar to like a ColourPop Super Shadow, like the Super Shock shadows that are like filled with sparkle. Like Ritz is one of them from ColourPop. Like any of those that are just packed full of glittery like shimmer, glitter sparkles. That's what these are, but they're a little less bouncy than the ColourPop, but it's absolutely amazing. I wish Manny would come out with a palette of just this, like just these in all different colors. I'd buy it in a heartbeat. So he actually does have this sparkle formula in quite a few palettes, and I just placed an order for a backup of this plus 2 of his other palettes that have those same sparkles, because I just love this formula so, so much. And again, I've hit pan on this one and this one, and I've almost hit pan on that one. And I just use it so often. I don't want to be without them, because I love them so much. Forever be, always will be, you can't tell me any different, the best setting spray of all time, the Charlotte Tilbury. I love it. I've used 1,000,010 different setting sprays. None of them perform like this one does. It's so good. I've gone through 1,000,000. I use it every single day. I can tell a difference when I don't use it. Like, I can tell, like, oh crap, I totally forgot to put on my Charlotte Tilbury spray, because like halfway through the day, my makeup is not looking as good as it does when I use this. The #1 brow pencil is the Morphe like micro brow in Cold Brew. It's my favorite, but I haven't been able to get a backup or any of them the last few times I went to Ulta. I had like 7 or 8 of them. I've blown through them all because they're so good. So that's my favorite pencil. And then I like to like laminate my brows up and then go in with the pencil and then like the little pens. That's just how I do my brows for the last year. And these are my 2 favorite products to get the laminated brow effect. And the micro brow from Morphe is the best pencil I've found that can go over, like once you like stick them up and laminate them and then you go in with a product to like fill in, that pencil works the best out of any pencil I've ever found to go over a product like this, because this does make your brows like a little crunchy. And it just works so good. So that's why I like that one. Plus the color Cold Brew is amazing. But this is the Got To Be. They have a hair gel that you can use for your brows, which I do have. But this is just really nice, especially for travel, because it's in a little spoolie and you brush it up. It's not as goopy as the hair gel, but it does work very, very well. It's what I have on my brows today. So I love that. And then this is, I just bought a fresh one because I finished up my other one. It's the Morphe and Meredith Duxbury Clear Supreme Brow Sculpting and Shaping Wax. Only downside is the pot is like really small, so it's kind of hard to get your spoolie in there. But this is amazing. I like it better than the Anastasia Brow Freeze, which I do like too. I think this is just cheaper, and it works amazing. And then for the brow pens, I love the Brow Flick from Glossier. It's a little bit more of a sheer formula, but I like that it doesn't bloop on you. Like, you don't get like a big blob sometimes of product, where when I first filmed this today, this one was blobbing all over the place. This is the Lift and Snatch by NYX in Ash Brown. I really like that one too, but sometimes like it will just get like a big blob here. See, look, it's about to drop a big old blob on my hand. See, look, it's like blooping out. So the color is amazing, but every once in a while, like you get like a bloop of it, and then it just like will really F up your brows. So you just have to like keep an eye out for that. But the pencil's inexpensive. It's very good. It lasts a long time. But the downside is it does get these like little bloop bubbles. I have one mascara. It's the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. This one has been, I've gone through 2 of them, I think. It's just such a good mascara. I was using a lash serum throughout the year, so my lashes got pretty long, and then I stopped using it because I got scared that I heard that it can like make you lose orbital fat. So now I like threw it all out and got new brow serums. I'm starting all over again because I don't want hollow under eyes. So this is really nice to make your lashes look nice and separated and long, and it's really pretty, and I really like that. For 2 liners, I have the Brush Black Brush Stroke Liner from MAC. I love it. I've used this throughout the years. I've decided I like this better than my Too Faced Better Than Sex liner. It's just nice and black, super easy to use. It's got a nice fine tip, and it just works great. So it's what I use on a daily basis. And then Makeup by Mario in Perfect Brown. I use this every single day in my tight line, in my waterline. I like the brown better than black. It's a little less harsh. And so I love these two. It's a daily thing every single day, 365 basically. Lip liners, I used one of these basically every single day. So every day it was one or the other. The first one is what I have on. It's Wherever Walnut by Makeup Forever. It's just kind of like a more cool toned mauve pink. And then Fun by Rare Beauty. This is probably the one I wore the most. I've gone through a lot. You'll see in that empties video. And that one is more of like a warm tone peachy pink, where this one's more of a mauve cool tone. The Wherever Walnut's more mauve. And I love these. They're creamy. They last all day. This one is retractable. This one's a sharpen. They're just so good. I've gone through a million of them. And then this is so good. I've had these for a long time. These came out before like the Makeup by Mario like serum lip, and before the Tarte Maracuja lip ones. These were like the original. And I have the color Pillow Talk. This is what's been in my purse, and this is all that's left. It's like my go-to every day. I love it. The color is perfect. I like this color better than the Pillow Talk lipstick color. For some reason, I do feel like there's a difference. I feel like Pillow Talk lip liner and the regular Pillow Talk lipstick are very, very pink, where this I feel is not as pinky and light. So I love this. I don't know what the formula is called, but this is what the packaging looks like. And then there's a slimmer version of something very similar formula like this. The Pillow Talk one of that I also love, and I've completely used up. So really love that formula. Also the Maracuja, I love them as well. I have quite a few colors. This is the newer one that has like the sparkle in it. I've been wearing this nonstop since they released it. But really any of them are really pretty. But it just has like subtle sparkle. It makes your lips look super juicy, super glossy. This one is in Peach Shimmer Glass, and it does like have a little bit of a plumping effect. Really nice, super beautiful, 1,000,010 colors. For gloss, like I kept trying to think, what gloss did I go to? Really, I used kind of this type of lipstick, so it was already glossy. But if I was just doing like a lip liner and maybe like no glossy lipstick, the gloss that I kind of keep going to are these Anastasia ones. They're the ones with a ton of sparkle. I think this one's called like Peachy Sparkle or something like that. I have amber sparkles. There's a clear one. I just really am into like the glittery glosses. I don't know. It's just my thing lately. And I love the formula. The colors are super pretty. They're not like overly bold, but you get that really pretty shimmer. And then for my everyday lip, like conditioner, lip balm, butter balm, the Summer Fridays wins it for me. I have them in my bedroom, in here, in my car, in my purse. I have all the different flavors and scents. I love them all so much. So this one is the Pink Sugar, and it just smells amazing. They all smell so good. They feel hydrating. My lips are like super soft and supple every single morning when I wake up. So, oops. So these ones are just so, so good. I think that is it for my favorites. I think that's it for my 2023 favorites. I know that there's probably a ton of great products that I'm forgetting. Mainly because they're probably were in my empties and I haven't repurchased them. So make sure you check out my empties. It'll be up sometime after this video for a bunch of other great recommendations of products I really, really loved. It feels so good to be back, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know some products you've been loving for the year of 2023. Welcome to 2024, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.